Yo, what up, guys? It's your boy T-Dub, Whatsblazing in sports. Yes, of course, guys, we are back at it for the one time, giving you guys this early bird Christmas present. Guys, listen, hopefully you got all your shopping done. And guys, I want to come to you and just talk to you a little bit about boxing. So come on in, join the chat live, or if you catch this after it's uploaded, smash the like button, leave a little jingle for your boy T-Dub, and let's cook. Guys, shout out to the one that gave me the idea to even do a video today. As T-Dub, trying to rest your voice. There he is in the chat, American Pastor Driver. T-Dub, what it do, better yet, what it does. Salute. What's up, my friend? Thank you for coming, man. Listen, we are going to get in it. Again, guys, this video is brought to you by America's Pastor Travel. He's an American pastor, and he travels. Check him out sometime. But, guys, we got to get into it. Let's do it. You know what time it is. All right, guys, listen. I want to talk about the Canelo a little bit. Give you my thoughts on it, about the arm. Just me being a boxer, being a coach, being a trainer. My thoughts on it all. And also, Anthony Joshua said, listen, you might ridicule me before not calling his name, but make it a correction that I want the smoke with Tyson Fury. I don't know what kind of smoke it is. Swisher Sweets, Black & Mouse, Newports, Camels, Slims. It doesn't matter. If he has the belt, I'm with it. And guys, we are here today to talk about it. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel as always. This is Whatsblazing in sports, and here is Teed Up. All right. So let me give you my thoughts on the arm, right? The arm. When I was calling the fight, right, I remember saying 1-2, left hook, but it hits under the armpit or hits the arm, something like that, right? And I didn't at the time know the damage it was causing. Guys, look. His tricep has a bicep, or his tricep and his bicep married and produce a tribicep or something, right? He has an extra muscle, right? He deformed him for a minute to possibly get disability in boxing for 3 to 4 months, depending on how long that knot. See, the type of knot that Callum has on his arm. Have you guys ever played stupid games? I was a kid, and it was called you want to see a frog jump or something, right? And what somebody would do would take their knuckle and they would hit your hand or arm real hard. Bow, right? Maybe we're a bone there. I'm not sure. I just remember they hit it. Boom, right? And when they do it, a knot will come, right? They call it like a frog. Maybe it's the hood games, growing up in St. Louis and other different areas where I grew up in. And they was make a frog or something. Maybe it's called something different where you at. This is one that it jumped. It didn't come down. It's like the old saying, Miss Mary Mac, all dressed in black, with silver black buttons, all down her back. She jumped so high. She never come back to the 4th of July, something like that, right? In this case, the frog jumped so high, and he stayed up there. It's still there. The knot is there. It's like he's flexing and it's muscle flexing. Guys. Yeah, they called it a nuggie. It's a nuggie. Hey, a nuggie. Check this out, right? So, let me tell you what was going on, right? What Canelo did from a boxer, right? From a boxer and from a trainer and from being trained and being told. This is typically when I was fighting for when you're facing somebody that you just can't hit clean in the face, right? Maybe they got that slick Philly shell, right? And they tell you, bang and bang at that arm. Bang at that arm. Get that arm tired. Make him drop that arm. Bang at that arm, right? I remember that. I remember doing it, and I remember people trying to do it to me. I remember. See, a lot of times you look at the arm is a defense. It is blockage. And I remember, catching shots. And I remember because I had a defense that I considered I wasn't that hittable. Like even now, in what I consider my senior age in boxing, right? To be competing. I mean, hell, I spar 19 and 20-year-old kids to me now. And they tell, like my boy John, I don't know if he catches or not, but he'll even tell you, man, it's hard catching me with a clean shot, right? And when you do, it's like, oh shit, I caught you, right? Like in the middle of sparring, sometimes they'll be like, oh, I caught you, I'm like, yeah, good shot. So, like I said, it's typically for people that, from what I've seen, they have. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on. I had to tell my son he's in the room just causing racket. When I hear sound like beds falling, and like all I hear is do 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 do. Like, all right, now get out that box, go back in the room.
And I fell off.
There it is. Okay, there it is. Standing on something and falling off 2 times. First time wasn't enough. Thank you, son. I appreciate that.
And then I fell on my back. And I almost hit my head.
I almost hit your head, huh? And you're going to do it again, right? All right, here we go. Let's get it. So, I seen it done. I done it, right? It's known for slick fighters. Sometime in the gym, we do what we call body rounds. Basically, you're not targeting a face. You're just like, it's inside working with the body, right? And I teach a lot of kids, honestly, and adults, how to get their inside game up. Because when I first go with them, like, God damn, you hit me everywhere, and I can't hit you because I'm rolling, I'm catching shots. So I teach them, I say, listen, man, if you can't land nothing clean, bang the arm, right? And I do it. Because I remember when I bang an arm, I throw the hardest right hands I can. I mean, it's like I'm throwing a right hook as if I'm hitting a heavy back and I'm trying to punch through. I'm just, I know I'm not going to hit his face. I know I'm not. If it is, it was luck because it wasn't my target. My target is his arm. I want to hit the muscle and I want it to hit the bone. I want to cause for that arm to go down, to get tired, so he can't hold it up, so he can drop his guard and I can get something in. But I have to admit that I have never seen nothing like this happen for real. And that's exactly what Canelo was doing. See, Canelo knew he was a tall guy, and those was target shots. Those shots, the jab. It was a jab, hard right hook, and sometimes it'll get right up under right here. Because if you go back and watch, there's actually bruising here. That's from the right hands. That's for when Callum might have went up like this to block high, and one got through. If he didn't block high and he was like this here, he was punching here. I have just never seen repeatedly just boom, boom, until have that type of muscle reaction. Many coaches was teaching fighters to do this to Floyd Mayweather. Bang his arms, bang his arms, bang his arms. And no matter how much they try to bang his arms, we just never saw this. But Canelo is punching with such force that, man, can let him look deformed after that fight. Listen, that's going to hurt for about, that's about 3 months. That's about 3 months. Right now, guys, I wouldn't be surprised if he had it in a sling or he kept it like a dead arm where he couldn't move it. He kept that thing where he didn't want to move it. There was a point in the fight when these two was talking to each other and Callum Smith was smiling. Canelo was pretty much asking him, how does that arm feel? And Callum was smiling back, basically like, yeah, I know what you're doing, right? He banged this guy. I mean, like, the velocity that he got and the torque he got on his right hands. And like I said, guys, if you never punched a heavy bag, it's unloading with no caution. See, a lot of times when you box, even when you throw big shots, you're always like, you're wary of something coming back or a counterpunch. He's letting them shots go like, ah, like he's trying to throw everything into it, knowing it's not going to hit the chin or body. Guys, listen, man. When you give this man his bicep in front, his tricep in back, and you make a whole new muscle category that moved in, you gave both of these muscles a neighbor in between? We're going to talk about what's next for Canelo. But let's shift gears. Downshift just so we can pull more weight. Anthony Joshua. The next fight I want is Tyson Fury. People gave Anthony Joshua a lot of crap. Because after the fight, everyone wanted him to say, I want Fury next. I want Fury next. And basically he said, listen, if he has the belt, then that's who I want. And I got to be honest, guys, I actually respect that because I could be wrong. If he said it based on the reasonings that I'm thinking, observing stuff in the building, what is blazing with you, homie? Let's get it. I heard 50 Cent said that he would fight Mayweather if he moved up to his weight. Observing stuff in the building. Salute. Bro, Floyd ain't gonna fight no 50, man. Hey, they already got into a fight once. A real fight. But check this out. Check this out, guys. So, in my opinion, Anthony Joshua is probably thinking, listen, I don't know if Fury's going to have the belt next. Fury wanted to fight in December the 5th. That didn't happen. He is still going through mediation and probably arbitration and whatever else going to happen with Deontay Wilder that he may or may not have the belt next. So by me saying I don't want to call him specifically out, because think about this. What if he said I want Fury next? Fury some kind of way is forced into fighting the rematch with Wilder. Wilder beats Fury. Do Joshua still say, well, I called him out next. It's still a big UK bang for the buck. I want Fury. Or does he stick with, if he has the belt, that's who I want? But then, now it's coming off. See, a lot of this is contradicting. My next fight I want is Tyson Fury. Let me read some of it. Let's get some music. All right. We back. Joshua comments today effectively have raised doubts in boxing fans' eyes that he doesn't fancy the fight with the unbeat Fury. The next fight I want to be for the undisputed championship of the world, said Joshua. That's what I was trying to say that night. I promise you, conversation, face-to-face meetings are happening. I basically said Tyson Fury is the man with the belts. Tyson Fury is the man I want. That's basically what I said. I'll fight anyone who has the belt. There's no promise. There's no problem with the person. See, and I that's what I kind of got as well, that he doesn't really know who's going to have the belt. He doesn't really know. Or could I be wrong? Should Joshua be saying I want Fury next either way? Should he say, I don't care if I have to drop my belt? Because listen, if he has to do something with that WBO. Here it is right here. Let me see. Joshua has WBO mandatory challenger Alexander Usyk, who is owed a title shot by early 2021. Usyk has been waiting since 2018, and Joshua, the promoter Eddie Hearn, want him to wait another year to 2022. Joshua will likely need to pay Usyk a huge set-aside fee to get him out the way. What do you do as Usyk? What amount of money? What amount of money should Usyk take to step aside? Think about it. if I was Usyk, I would believe. Listen, I stand a tremendous chance of beating Joshua, and if I beat Joshua, now I have the straps. And if Fury wants to be undisputed, I think I can move just as well. I'm smaller with less reach than Tyson Fury, but I can move more or just as much as Fury and possibly steal some rounds. How much money should Usyk take? Or should he not take anything at all? See, if I was Usyk, man, I would be like this here. If you want me to step aside, give me 15 million. Is that fair or not? Because listen, it has to be something crazy. If Joshua versus Fury is a 90 to 100 million or $200 million fight, if it's a $200 million fight, should he ask for 15 or 20%? I don't know. Listen, I don't know, man. I mean, like, what is fair? Or should he say this? I don't care about these guys. I don't care. I want my shot. Joshua Fury would be a huge fight either way, but Deontay is going to demand Fury fight him first and give up that belt. Listen, in all honesty, Deontay Wilder should be entitled to his rematch. It's crazy how people are trying to say Wilder is over, he should forget it, the time has lapsed, he's messed up, we're moving on. So many people are just so okay with basically screwing over Deontay Wilder. If they signed a contract, right? Remember, this contract was agreed before the second fight. It was agreed before the second fight physically took place, which means the contract is bounding. What happened? We are still going through something that has never hit this nation before. Even with this going on, he still activated his rematch within the 30-day time frame. He wanted to fight. He agreed to the December 19th date. It wasn't him. It wasn't Fury that said, we can't do the fight. It was, and here is where I believe where it's going to hurt Tyson Fury. This is what I believe. Because if they can go to that mediation and if they can show well, Wilder agreed to fight to these dates. He agreed. He was ready to go, back in October, July? I don't remember. He was ready to go way back, let's say October. And they have it coming from Top Rank side that the networks, that ESPN, listen, as long as you say it doesn't matter if you say PBC as well. As long as you say that your network, that Tyson Fury is under, they didn't want to do it. How can you hold Deontay Wilder responsible for something that your network wanted to move? I think a lot of these, listen, I am not a lawyer, but some things to me are like common sense. It's common sense. If you admitted the networks didn't want to do it, the networks said it was college games and NFL games and all this, they didn't want to do it. They wanted to push it off, right? They wanted to. Guys, think about this. How can Tyson Fury, own network, push off the fight that will violate the actual date it's supposed to go, and because they didn't want to do it on that date and push it off past the date where it still be valid, now they're going to hold it against Wilder and say it's his fault, he blew it, he did it, even with Top Rank, Bob Arum saying that Wilder didn't do it, he wants to fight. Wilder doesn't stand in hope in hell of winning against Fury. Hold up. I'll open my lines up. I'll open the lines up, champ. 314 guys. If you want to talk about Canelo versus Callum Smith, or you want to talk about Fury Joshua or Wilder Fury, Call in, guys. The line is open. 314-884-1013. Talk to me. You can just make a statement or you can want smoke. Either way, treat me like Cleo. Call me now. Talk to T-Dub. I'll predict your future. A verbal ass whooping. All right. So I thought Callum Smith would have posed more of a threat to Canelo. Disappointing. Listen, Martin, bro, I thought he was going to use his jab more, bro. Remember, even though he had a height advantage, I said, listen, he does stand a chance of making it difficult. I picked Canelo to win, but I said, listen, shorter fighters was able to get in on side of Callum Smith and operate. If shorter fighters can do that, Canelo with his upper body movement, he was going to do it. The only thing that truly surprised me, was how Canelo, he didn't mentally break Callum down. He physically broke this man's muscle from his arm. He tenderized his bicep and tricep as if he wrapped it with foil and butter and put it in the oven for 3 or 4 hours. He slow smoked it. That arm is tender. Callum backed up the entire fight. You know, American Pass Travel, absolutely right. But to be honest, if Caleb would have had that jab working, like what, and Pip, listen, Caleb moved not too bad at first, but he didn't punch with the movement. You just can't move and allow Canelo to cut the ring off. You gotta pow, 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 pow. You know, you gotta move. You have to use your reach. You have to jab before the shorter man is in your distance. Jewel drop. If you are a taller fighter, find a shorter fighter. You have to be jabbing before he even cracks your distance. They're not hard jabs. They just filler jabs to keep him honestly, to make him have to take chances before he's even nearly close to his punching range to you. You have to make him extra move to even get to the moves to make a move. Be merry and bright. I bought this for $3 today. Like, you know what? T-Dub, I'm going to get in the center spirit. Merry and bright. Yeah, I know Canelo will win, absolutely. First of all, shout out to my boys Urban Stuff, St. Louis in the building. I don't remember, is my boy American Pastor Travel from Seattle? Can't remember. I think somewhere definitely upper West Coast. Morning, where you from, bro? T-Dub in the building, you get it. Listen, man. Oh, I want to talk about this, right? So, I don't know if it's still on or not, but Floyd Mayweather is taking on Logan Paul. Canelo chimed in on it, and I want to get your thoughts on this. Canelo Alvarez, Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather, all for money. Agree or disagree? I agree. But let's get the details. Canelo Alvarez said the lucrative fights involving former YouTube or a famed YouTube personality Logan Paul and Jake Paul show a lack of respect for the sport of boxing. Logan's upcoming exhibition against Floyd Mayweather in February aren't of interest to him, and he wouldn't accept an offer to take part. From Alvarez, I truly believe that it is a lack of respect. It's all based on money. It's all for money. I'm focused right now on other projects. I have other stuff going on, and I would invite him for a sparring session so that he truly knows what it's all about. Canelo Alvarez said, I would not fight Logan or Jake, but I would invite them for a sparring session to truly let them know what it's all about. Your thoughts? I'm out. Jeez. Nah, I'm still cooking. So, is it all for the money? Yes. Is it a lack of respect for the sport? That's an opinion. No wrong opinion. But it is for the money. Think about this, guys. Think about this. Jake Paul has been damn near stalking Conor McGregor. Damn near stalking McGregor to fight McGregor. And check this out, right? And I kind of understand what Canelo's saying a little bit. Because if Jake Paul fights Conor McGregor on pay-per-view, it is a chance that that pay-per-view could do $1.5 to $2 million. Could be more, I don't know. And you're taking a person that only had one professional boxing match, Conor McGregor, but he has a huge following in the UFC. And then you talk about Jake Paul, who has a huge UFC following, and he has proven track record of the 2 successful fights that he had in boxing. Both of these guys are really more novice level boxers. But if they took their popularity and decided to use it in boxing, they could make a stupid amount of money. I mean, like, they could make a stupid amount of money. And the thing is, as a boxing fan, you have to ask yourself this. Are you okay with it? Then listen, it is what it is. I know it's not really part of boxing. It's a sideshow. It's entertainment. And we can still have our big fights like Earl versus Terrence, Sean Porter versus somebody. So we can still get that for the hardcore fans, right? And then we get fights like this, like oh, it's interesting. I wonder what if Jake Paul fought Conor McGregor? What if what's the other one name? The other Paul, Logan Paul fight Floyd Mayweather, right? But maybe you look at it like this. Maybe you look at it like, listen, bro. It's kind of effed up because you have these fighters who fight their whole life. Let's say Devin Haney, right? Young fighter. Look what he went through, right? Going to the Olympics, turning pro, getting the title, fighting multiple fights, and he is nowhere near the opportunity that Jake Paul versus Conor McGregor would be at. Like, these guys can fight their whole career and never have make the financial gain that if Jake fought Conor. Andre Ward, in my opinion, one of the best to ever do it. True pound for pound in his time. If Jake fought Conor McGregor, they will probably eclipse what he made in his whole career in one night. So it's like I said, man. This one right here is just an opinion, because an opinion is not going to change what's happened. If Floyd fight Logan Paul, it's just going to happen. See, and then some people get mad because they feel that Logan Paul is getting the shot that Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence, or some people even want Canelo to fight Floyd Mayweather now. Me, no, it's stupid. Why would you want to see a 43-year-old man fight a damn near in his prime Canelo Alvarez that is way bigger now than he was back then? You're not watching for the sport. You're not watching for the competition. You want to see a massacre, a murderer live on the air. You only want to see it happen to one person. You don't want to see Canelo lose. You don't want to see Canelo bruise. You want to see Floyd Mayweather crumble. You want to see him get hurt. You want to see, can he box his way to a decision again, or would his new Canelo be able to hurt the 43-year-old man? That's the only reason you would want this fight. You don't want a competitive fight. You want a mismatch. So, what's up, Chip? That's awesome. He said that they do disrespect the sport. Canelo has improved in each fight. He's a great fighter, but GGG got a raw deal. How? GGG needs to fight somebody, bro. Listen, I understand what Canelo is doing. I do. Let me give you some good, some bad, and some ugly. And when I give you this good, some bad, some ugly, you decide if it's good or bad or ugly to you. Certainly a side show, I agree. Canelo is, listen, he's a great fighter. Already made history. Already made Hall of Fame history. He's going to be there. No matter what happens in his career, he's there from what he accomplished. 4 divisions. Has not unified yet. But here is been the ugly sometimes. Is that he doesn't move up and fight the absolute best. Maybe Triple G at that one time was the absolute best, but a lot of times he doesn't move up and fight the absolute best at that weight. He fights the best person for a title at that weight, but not the best person at that weight. Like, let's say this for instance, right? Matter of fact, let's pull it up. Let's put it up. Let's put it up. Keep getting thirsty, but I'm empty. I'm empty, guys. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Let's get it. So, even at light heavyweight, right? Sergey has just bounced back. Many people believe Sergey Kovalev was not at his best. I mean, he was one of the best at that weight. But he was a selective target for Canelo Alvarez. Rocky Fielding for the WBA World Super Middleweight title. I'm asking you guys right now, do you know who Rocky Fielding is? Let me ask you a question. If you know who he is, do you know who he fought last? Do you know? Is he still fighting? Answer that. Answer that. If you can't answer it, then don't act like you know who Rocky is. He was at that time the weakest opponent at that time to get a belt. But it was for a belt, so I get it. I get it. Danny Jacobs, good fight. Triple G, good fights. James Kirkland Massacre. Aris Laney Laura, Test. Aris Laney Laura, Test. So is it his fault they don't have the title to fight for? He said he wants all the belts. What's wrong with that? Call in, champ. Call in, Saul. Let's talk about it. 314-884-1013. Call in, champ. Call me now. Cleo. Call me now. Let's get. I don't hear my phone ringing. I don't hear my phone ringing. Let's get it, champ. Yeah. All right. So let's get it. Here we go. No, nobody knew Rocky. Here we go. Here's the thing, bro. To my boy Saul. Thank you for the question. I appreciate it. So is it his fault they don't have the title to fight for? I believe at 154 pounds. No, 160 pounds. Even one thing about this, right? Canelo Alvarez went from 154, 160, 168, 175. He, up until now, he has not unified any of those divisions. Which means that even when he beat somebody, there was always a string left out there or two that he didn't get. At 160 pounds, I believe he was like, what, one fight away? Think about it. At 160 pounds, when Triple G fought Canelo, I want to make sure I'm right. Canelo beat Triple G, took his belts. And then Canelo beat Danny Jacobs. So Canelo had 3 of the belts at one time at 160. There was only one fight out there at 160 for Canelo to be undisputed. And that was Demetrius Andrade. One fight, all the belts. He could have been undisputed a long time ago. That would have been crazy. In my thing, undisputed is to me, even though I know they put a lot on moving up in weight, but when you're undisputed, that means that nobody can dispute you in that weight class. You stand over all like this, right? And they all must bow to you. They all must, because you whooped the best of the best ass. Instead of fighting Demetrius Andrade, he chose not to do that. And I believe he had to give up one of his belts because he didn't want to fight another mandatory. So that's how he did not become undisputed at 160. Went up to 175 just for a quick fight, beat Pulev. At 168, many people believe that Caleb Plant stylistically would give Canelo more problems than Callum Smith. Callum Smith was, listen, he was a good fighter. He was a good fighter. But he don't have, Canelo show problems with people that can actually box. And Caleb Plant, to be honest, like he fights like he's from the hood. Caleb Plant fight like he been trained by black slick fighters all his life. Even when he talk, like damn, he sound like just somebody from the hood. Caleb Plant presents a style that I believe that can get Canelo a lot of problems. There were talks that he was supposed to fight Callum Plant, and then out of nowhere, Callum Smith came up. So, even now, I believe Caleb Plant might be a little bit tougher matchup than Billy Joe Saunders. And I'm not going to say this, I am going to say this. I like Billy Joe Saunders versus Canelo, but I'm favoring Canelo. I think in that fight, I think Billy Joe Saunders is going to lose his confidence. I think he's going to come out trying to be fast, trying to be slick, and he does have some things that can give Canelo some problems. But I think he's going to lose his confidence. I think he's going to lose his confidence. So listen, man. If he says he wants to be undisputed, first of all, he's not going to fight Benavidez, which most people believe Benavidez, which I get it. Benavidez messed up. See, I don't think Canelo would have fought Callum Smith if Benavidez didn't mess up. If Benavidez didn't mess up and have to lose that WBC strap, and they found out they can get that strap. AD in the building, what's up, man? So he says, Whatsblazing, I think Plant should fight Smith or Billy Joe Saunders first. See where he's at. Canelo's going to blast all 168 out the water. AD, call in, champ. 314. All right, I wonder if you can Skype Let me see. You want? Hey, if you want to Skype in, let me know, and I'm gonna see if I can set something up without using my phone. But let me know, champ. Let me know. You want to rap? We can talk for a little bit. Check this out, guys. And we talking about, if you're joining, this is what we're talking about. Canelo beating the brakes and muscle tissue out of Callum Smith arm. Now there's people talking about that Canelo has to be on something, alluding that he's on steroids. Anthony Joshua is now saying that if Fury has the belt, he wants to fight Fury next. He is not afraid to say his name. He was trying to tell you basically, if he's the man with the belt, that's who I want. But even though he's saying, I want Fury, and Fury said, I want AJ, Fury has Wilder problems. Joshua has Usyk problems. And guys, I'm telling you, I believe Usyk stands a nice chance to you know what, I'm gonna say this. Correction. Usyk stands a chance of beating Joshua in the UK, but getting robbed on the scorecards. That's what I'm saying. If Usyk fights Joshua in the UK, and if he does not completely dominate Joshua, and it's a close fight, 6-4, 8-4, 7-6, whatever it is, right? However they look at it. Or 7-3. That's 7-6. Still, man, I'm all off. I don't think Usyk can win a decision against Joshua in the UK. Got no Skype on my phone, but I'll be back real soon for a very sporting session, my bro, from across the pond. Salute, champ. Happy holidays to all. Yeah, bro. Hey, I got a, what's her name? Sweet Caroline. Caroline is from the UK. She joins a lot of my life. She has not called in yet, but she joins a lot. When there's a UK fight, she called in and she had to eat crow for Callum Smith. But let's get it. I think the same Usyk can beat AJ, and I'm a big AJ fan, but boxing fan first and foremost. Usyk got better skills in both during and AJ. Oh, Fury and AJ. Listen. But here's the thing, guys. Here's what shocked me, right? Here's what shocked me. And I'm gonna throw something out there to you, AD. I'm gonna throw something out there. Everybody gives Deontay Wilder shit for saying that Fury cheated, right? With the gloves, right? Everybody's saying that. Guess what? They asked Usyk a while ago about, what do you think about Wilder talking about Fury gloves? He's like, it's nonsense. Like, almost, it's ludicrous, right? Like, Wilder just making up shit, right? This is what Usyk said. Usyk downplayed what Deontay Wilder said about the gloves and ain't nobody cheating, blah, blah, blah. Wouldn't you know that after Usyk versus Chisora, that now Usyk is claiming that Chisora cheated with the gloves? So hold up. When Wilder says it, it's just talking, right? He's crazy. He's making excuses. But now you saying that they was trying to cheat you and that Chisora had on gloves that he shouldn't have had on, and they was trying to cheat you out of that, and that the ring was supposed to be bigger and you get into it and the ring smaller? AJ or Tyson Fury? I think I would be pulling for Anthony Joshua, but I think Fury can upset him. I pull for Anthony Joshua. I like Joshua more than Fury. A lot of people think, right, that I have some real bit disdain towards Joshua. It's not really. My problem with Joshua was the whole build up and manipulating and talking about I'm gonna freeze out Deontay Wilder. My thing with him is that situation, and that's where it's at. It's not after that situation. That is it. And I still don't like how that was handled, because we could have got undisputed by now. And guys, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you can be a UK diehard. You in your right mind know that at that time, Wilder versus Joshua, bringing two countries, bridging an ocean together, uniting the planet with Wilder versus Joshua, that is the mega. That is the fight you want. That's what you want. Think about this. So you're telling me, right, as a true boxing fan that look at it on a bigger scale, that Fury versus Joshua is bigger than Wilder versus Joshua at that time. We ain't knocking other pages here. Oh no, I'm not. What is that? I'm not knocking nobody. What is that? Oh no, we don't do that, bro. Nope, we don't do that. Martin, my thing, bro. I don't knock anyone, bro. Any one of them, because a lot of these people that you might knock, I probably support. I support channels, guys. Like, it's crazy. I was supporting channels that I didn't know didn't support me. You know, my thing is that, listen, we're all in this for a mission. Like, we're all in this together. We, you know, even though we are not together, we all join this to try to make a difference in boxing, to try to grow our own personal platform and have your own personal, like, boxing niche that you can give to the people. Frank West in the building. What's up, champ? Man, let's keep cooking, Frank. Let's keep cooking, champ. All right, let me see. I think AJ was ducking Wilder and Fury. Now Tyson has become number one. Listen, let me get into it. Let's talk about it, right? So, right now, Joshua versus Fury, that's a big fight. It's a big fight. For the UK, it is a history-making fight. And I get why they want it. It is a history-making fight for the UK. For the UK. Undisputed. For all the belts. Between two UK fighters on UK soil. But here, oh no, I'm wrong. He said, I like your style, my friend, and I will be supporting your channel now. I appreciate it. Thanks, Martin. I appreciate it, champ. So, the only thing I would say that's crazy is that they're talking about that think about this. As a UK fan, think about this, guys. It's like they're trying to give you a puzzle, but they're not giving you the whole puzzle, right? Think about it. Even when you get the puzzle, you like the puzzle, but something's missing. They can give you both UK fighters, right? For undisputed, possibly. But it is probably a greater chance that it would not take place on UK soil. See, a fight like that, people should be able to go outside, right? Think about this, right? Think about this. If you're from the UK and you catch this live or replay, think about this. At Wembley Stadium, Fury versus Joshua. You should be able to go outside that stadium, look at that sign, take some UK soil, and watch it fall through your hand like this is happening on our soil, right? You know what I'm saying? That's something to remember. Dante Watkins in the building. Salute. Oh, that's my boy? Hey, my boy Jay Fur DeVille. Talk that talk, bruh. That's growth and love the channel. Hey, that's my boy, man. My boy Fur. I grew up with him, man. That's like one of my homeboys. I grew up with Fur, bro. You guys don't know this, but T-Dub back in the day, I used to break dance, right? And I remember my homeboy Chance, he came to me, right? Chance was like, he said, Lamar and Rodney be doing like this ticking stuff, like ticking. What do you mean? He like, man, like their body moving, his paws, it's like boom, 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 like they're ticking with it, right? And I'm like, what? And he was trying. He said, I can't do it, man. And he like trying to move with it, right? And then I went to go see Lamar, right? I remember I was at his house in the street, right? And I remember he showed me, so he's like, man, nah, bro, and he said, I'm like, oh, snap, right? And so from then on, man, I was looking at Lamar like, bro, you gotta teach me that, man. You gotta teach your boy that, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling him right now, man, and I'm telling this live on air, man, and Rodney better catch this, bro. When I catch you slipping by some lockers or even with your kids at the zoo, bro, I'm jumping out on you and I'm embarrassing you, bro. I'm gonna start practicing again. I'm gonna tell you guys an embarrassing moment, right? I'm gonna tell you guys an embarrassing moment. So, when I was pretty much kind of studying from Lamar, right? Seeing what he do, right? Showing how to move my feet, go down my body, switch the legs, come back up, right? I'm doing all that, right? But the thing is, I was a bluffer. I can do a little bit, but I couldn't do much. I give you about 2 seconds, you're like, oh shit, he about to kill it, and then all of a sudden I hit the kill switch before I kill it. And I used to always kind of mess with Rodney, like, bro, you don't want none, you don't want none, you don't want none, right? And one day, right, we was in school. I'm next to the lockers, right? And I think I might have been talking to Chance, I'm not sure. I'm leaning against the lockers right here, right? And I see Rodney walking down the hall. I didn't think nothing, right? But I knew he must have planned this, right? He knew he was going to do this. I imagine he probably walked the halls until he found me, right? I was in the science hall, I believe. And all of a sudden, right? So remember, I'm facing this way like you guys, right? I got 1 foot on the back. You know, I'm leaning against the locker, 1 foot in the back of the locker. And I see Rodney walking this way. And all of a sudden, he stops in front of me, right? So he stops in front of me, and he's looking this way. So he got his shoulder blade pointing at me, looking that way. And all of a sudden, this dude just started vibrating like an extra straight out of Breaking, right? I'm like, what the hell is this, right? And he started like boom, 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 doing vibrating touches on my chin and shit, right? I'm like, bro. And everyone saw it, man. Everyone saw it. And I could have had a cheat sheet that day. I didn't have an answer. I didn't have an answer, man. I didn't have an answer. I'm telling you, I'm going to catch him slipping one day. He said, let's see. What we got, man? What we got? The first fight would be in the Middle East. Then the only guys with the money to pay up, $200 million. Second would be Wembley. I would be there with the other 100,000. AD, listen, bro. If any fight go down to Wembley, you got to send your boy an extra ticket, bro. Come on, let's get it. Smash that like button on sight. You ain't smashing like you ain't smashing right. You wonder why she ain't satisfied. AD ha once a B-boy, always a B-boy. Salute to all the old school dancers with the big cassette players on the shoulders. Hey, they think they'll put it down. They used to have a Lamar Fury used to have a cardboard they used to put in the backyard. I remember them working on windmills. I don't know if he ever got the win. I know Rodney was working on it. Dope AD boys, a little teed up. Used to be nice with it. I had got nice with it, but I'm not nice no more. I'm nice to know with it. So listen, let's get back to the smoke, right? Back to the smoke. Remember, guys, listen, man, if you want to call in and talk to your boy T-Dog, Whatsblazing Sports, of course, yes, of course, I am back at it like a crack at it, giving you boxing geekers every bit of this work. I make it do what it do. Better yet, what it does. Listen, man. Check this out. We don't know what's going to happen with Deontay Wilder and Fury. They say right now that Tyson Fury is in Miami training, bulking up. Is he bulking up for Joshua or is he bulking up for Wilder? Somebody said a gag order has been put in place which means they can't talk about it. Until it's settled, they can't talk about it. But I want to know your opinion. And it's only opinion. As I look at the Christmas Story leg. Do you believe Fury owed Deontay Wilder his rematch that they agreed to in contract? That the time has lapsed, but not due to Wilder? Or do you believe that he do not owe Deontay Wilder a rematch because the time has lapsed and he can move on? T-Dubs, if I get an extra ticket, there are no other USA channel I'd rather give it to. I could show up to the real London #1, if not B city in the best city in the world, alongside New York and Amsterdam. When will Canelo retire, guys? And who thought GGG had a bomb decision? Canelo can fight for at least maybe 5 or 6 more years if he wants to. Maybe more than that. I think 5 or 6 more years will be really, really good years. I don't think he hit his prime yet. Maybe around 32 he might hit his prime. Between 32, 33 after that, it'd be a slow decline or, stagnant and slow decline. But if he wants to, if he wants to and he takes the right amount of fights, he probably can fight until he's about maybe 35, 36 before probably suffering some type of loss. He could suffer a loss between then. I want to see Canelo take on Demetrius Andrade. And here is why. Here is why it won't happen, and here's why I want it to happen. The reason it won't happen, because Canelo don't see him as somebody that he's not a Callum Smith. See, when Canelo target Callum Smith, because Callum didn't have the WBC belt, it was vacated. It was for an open belt. So he fought Callum Smith. Demetrius Andrade had the last piece of the puzzle for Canelo. Why didn't Canelo fight Demetrius Andrade for undisputed at 160? He would have made middleweight history, something that Triple G didn't do. All these think about this. All these middleweight title defenses. Oh, somebody calling. Let's see who wants to smoke. Yo, you left your boy T-Dubs Blazing the Sports. Who calling? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, T-Dubs, your boy America's Pass for Travel. What it do?
Better yet, what it does. Talk to your boy. What's up, champ?
Oh, ain't nothing to it, not the way you do it, man. I was waiting for somebody to call in. I said, well somebody got to step up and say howdy doody on this microphone.
I know.
Say amen.
Hey, man, I think they shy. American Pass Travel. I think they shy, man. They're comfortable in the chat section, but I don't know.
Yeah, they want that smoke. Come on, say amen.
Hey, man. Hey, let's talk about it. So, what part of these topics you want to touch? What's on your mind? Shout out to Ethan Nell in the building.
Yeah, no, I'll you just dropped, you just mentioned you were talking about should Wilder get a shot?
Yes.
With Fury? Yeah, I believe he should.
Yeah.
I believe he should. The man had a contract, and they won for one. You know what I mean? He won one. I was a draw.
One's a draw, and Fury won one.
Yeah, so I believe they should do, have this third and final fight, right? I'd look at the third fight. You know what I mean? So,
especially with all the controversy. Yes. With all the controversy surrounding the fight, I think it's just going to hype it up even more because it is so much controversy. And Wilder talked, and I'm saying that as long as he was winning, he could talk. He would open his mouth wide and go, "Bomb squad!" Right. You would see all of his teeth, and see, I'm saying all that worked until he lost that fight, right? So that's all it is. But I mean, this man deserves an opportunity to win back his belt. Why do you think Fury don't want to give him that opportunity?
He's scared because he's going to get beat down like Stubborn. So see, every time Wilder can be evil, man. I'm saying that he illegal evil. What I mean by that is he gonna get in the ring, man, and then he gonna slang everything he does. He gonna beat you like a slave. You know what I mean?
Right.
Up in that thing. So I'm saying that no, he don't want no more of that smoke. He don't want that smoke, man. I must be honest with you. I don't blame Fury. Come on, say it, man.
Hey, man,
He already know. He already know he gonna get beat down like a slave, just like Bermain Stervern did. You
Preach.
know what I mean?
Preach.
He know that butt whipping is coming publicly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He about to get publicly humiliated. No, he don't want that smoke, man. Because right now he walking around celebrating as the Gypsy King.
Right.
You know what I mean?
On top of the
cat that
world.
sit down Wilder. Man, but when Wilder come back at you, it's two cats that you didn't never want to fight, man, in boxing that came back at you if they were robbed. One of them was Roy Jones.
Right.
You remember when Roy Jones lost that his own defeat on he went back and got his championship?
Yeah.
It's coming on me. And then the other one is this Deontay dude.
Yep.
Yeah, so you can just ask Bermain Stervern about that. Come on, say it, man.
Hey, man, you can ask Luis Ortiz, any one of them guys that he is literally one punch away from changing your whole plans for that night.
No, but I'm sure that Bermain Stervern is still in post-op recovery from that beatdown he got in that fight, man.
Let me ask you a question. Who got hit harder? Stervern or what's the other guy? The one he hit in that first round with that. It was like a lead-off home run. What is his name? Remember the curly hairy guy? What's his name? Let me see. I'll tell you.
Oh, I mean, you talking about the other guy that the big regular.
I can't think of. He smoked him.
Yeah, I'm just saying that
Dominic Brazil when he hit him with that. Yeah.
I think Stervern got it bad, man, because he got beat like a slave, man. You know what I mean? He got beat, and on that thing, he got beat like on the plantation, boo. He got beat down, boo.
he got one of them throwback beatings, huh?
I'm saying he got beat all the way to all he could do. When you get beat down and you sitting down in the ring, he wasn't having to do was sitting down.
And the knees have been back.
He got beat down to a sit down. Yeah. So no, that wasn't good.
It looked like he was doing limbo. They had him like with his knees bent going backward, like he just either a rock star who slid out on the stage or he was trying to get under a bar.
Man, that dude is still in post-op recovery, right? He's still healing. Yeah.
He probably see therapy 3 times a week after that.
I'm saying. So no, Fury don't want none of that, man, because he know that man can hit. So either way, he gonna be able to fight him, or he gonna get that belt, man. So either way, Wilder would get an opportunity at Joshua, which is the fight we all want to see anyway. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you a question. If Fury decides to, let's say in some kind of ruling, because I don't know what's in the contract, whatever's in the contract, Wilder has something to make it where Fury just can't walk away because they're in mediation, could go to arbitration, and we don't know what all they included. If Fury decided to say, forget the belt, I already beat you, dumb bosser, and he drops the WBC belt for Wilder, is Fury fighting Joshua for not undisputed? Is it still big as it would be if it's for undisputed, or is it just seeing them to fight would still be who's number one? What do you think about if
it's still a very big fight in the UK?
Yes.
Right? It's going to be a big fight in the UK, but I think that should Wilder get that belt back, man, everybody's going to want to see AJ and Wilder fight because that's what we wanted in the beginning. But that whole, Fury AJ thing, man, is going to always be a big fight in the UK, right? It's just they hometown, man.
As long as none of them don't see that, I think the real push for them to want this fight next is they don't want any one of them guys to lose anymore. They don't want Joshua to mess around and lose. I think they don't really want to face Usyk. Usyk stands a chance of literally outboxing Joshua. And if he gets that belt, that ruins it. I think that's why they really want to say, buy Wilder, no Wilder, and they're willing to probably pay Usyk some step-aside money or either drop the WBO belt. Like, think about it. when Joshua was talking about fighting Wilder, he wasn't talking about dropping any belts. He fought all his mandatories and used those as a reason to not fight Wilder for the undisputed because he was ordered to fight his mandatories. But now Joshua's talking about he might even drop a belt to fight Fury. What's changed about that?
They don't want that smoke, man. I'm just saying, right? AJ looked pretty good his last fight, man, but he can still be iffy, right? When it comes to fights, man. So I would hope that Deontay gets his rematch with Fury, and then I would hope that the winner of that would fight AJ, and I'm hoping that AJ beats this guy that he's finna fight now.
I would love if I can be a crystal ball. I would love for because Fury Joshua either gonna have to fight Usyk or pay Usyk off. But I would love for if I'm not Fury but Joshua, if Joshua can retain those titles, and if Wilder can some kind of way beat Tyson Fury, I think the Wilder versus Joshua fight, to me that's just the biggest fight. Fury versus Joshua in the UK. It's a huge fight. I get it. But Wilder versus Joshua, to me, that's global. That's if Fury versus Joshua is worth $200 million, like AD said to some people, I think Joshua versus Wilder is worth even more than that. Because you're talking about bringing the USA, the UK, and anybody else who want a part of that involved, and that's what we wanted years ago, and then we finally can get it to happen. But they got to get over these little hurdles, or big hurdles, in their way.
Yeah, well, they all both of them ought to be, realistic now because they both got a loss, right? So, I think we're closer to it now than we were back then when they were both just talking, man,
right.
Just talking. Everybody was talking, so I think we'll see it, and hopefully there's the thing was supposed to happen this month, but I'm guessing it's maybe next month of February. Man, we'll see Wilder Fury 3, right?
I think it should happen. I think that's why they're being quiet about it. It should happen.
Yeah, I'm giving you a spoiler alert, though, man.
Okay.
We'll start singing like they do down in the South on the plantation. That beating is coming, man. Come on, say amen.
Hey, man. Hey, listen, I think Wilder is going to be... See, the glove thing, some people agree, some don't. It does look fishy, but I really believe if it's a third fight, with all this stuff, look, it's so much that went on, the water, the gloves. I think this is going to be so heavily watched that it should be no excuses, at least coming into the ring.
Yeah, Wilder, he simply gets offended with people that cheat, whether they be juicing, right, or
right.
Whatever it is, man. He has a disdain against, boxers that either juice or, the way he feel about Dylan White or this other guy that was originally supposed to fight AJ with Big Baby, right? And all these cats were. He has a nasty, disdainful
right.
attitude toward these folk, man. That juice.
And he still fights these guys, even when Luis Ortiz, tested positive and the fight was off.
That's why I told you this is going to be a beatdown when it happens, right? It's going to be ugly.
Oh, somebody in the chat, Jay Furr, says he agreed with AD, and he said he personally believes Fury versus Joshua is a bigger fight than Wilder versus Joshua.
Well, I'm okay with that opinion. I just believe that it's bigger in the UK. I think that
in the UK it's a big fight.
Yeah, I think that globally, man, everybody wants to see, just like back then, everybody wanted to see AJ and Wilder. Both of them got a loss now. I think that AJ and Wilder on a global scale is a bigger fight. But I don't think anybody's going to. I think Joshua and Fury will fill up Wembley fighting each other.
Listen,
right?
Yeah, they will.
Just saying that on a global scale, I don't care if they went back to what it was, Saudi Arabia, whatever it is. I think that Wilder and AJ on a global scale would be a bigger fight. Tell AD to call in, man.
Hey, I told him to call in. He said I guess he can't Skype for some reason. But
Yeah.
he's active in the comment section. He says AJ versus anyone is big. That's just a fact. He has taken boxing by storm worldwide, being a polite, marketable killer.
Man, AJ over there with that, the AD with that Kool-Aid again back over there in the UK. Come on, say it, man.
Yeah, you know, hey, AD got the amen to that. You know, here's my thing. Here's why I believe Wilder versus Joshua bigger. Imagine this, right? They go into the promotion. When the fight was going to happen, Wilder versus Joshua. Both guys undefeated. Joshua had a setback and had to come back to beat Andy Ruiz. Deontay Wilder,
Right.
one fight away, had a setback and had to come back to beat Tyson Fury. Now, both guys revenged their loss. One loss apiece and one chance to make it right, to fight for it all, to unite an ocean, two countries, USA versus UK, as we always wanted. Wilder versus Joshua for undisputed. Man, I'm telling you right now, that would be. I know in America the pay-per-views that'll be at least a 2 million home pay-per-view, at least, maybe more. And around the world, I think that it's just a huge fight. It's just a huge fight. I think honestly, if Wilder went over there and fight in UK, I think Wilder would draw big crowds just in the UK. Love him or hate him,
Right.
they will go there to see the Bronze Bomber in person and see what he do.
Yeah. Come on, say amen.
Hey man, and they want to say it too, but I get it.
I'm gonna be standing. I'm gonna be standing by and see what happens out of this Tyson Fury warming up down there in Florida.
Right.
Right. I hope Wilder gets his shot, man, and then we will know, right? Without a shadow of a doubt, what's up after that third fight.
I just want it to
So
happen.
listen,
Go ahead.
yeah. So listen, T-Dub, man, I want to encourage you to continue, right? What you're doing. You know, we praying for you about that surgery, man. I hope you ain't got to have none. Come on, say amen. But if you do, right, we're going to be praying that it all go well. Amen.
Amen. I'm already working with a doctor just on with the vocal wise, just working on some therapy things before I have to go or actually make bigger plans or possibly surgery. Man, I got so much going on. I got fractured 2 bones in my ankle. I can't work out right now. Sprained ligaments. But T-Dub is healing. I step away from the gym, let my body heal. Working on my vocals with a vocal coach, trying to at least get that prep, because even with the injuries, a lot of my muscles use are being used improper now. But like I said, man, I am here. I am here to stay. I am back at it, like a crack at it, giving these boxing geekers every bit of its work.
Amen.
There it is.
So I appreciate that you putting the time in, putting in the work, man. I want to encourage you to continue. I want to encourage everybody who's not a member or a subscriber to go ahead and subscribe to the channel and then hit that bell notification icon so that you can be notified every time a new video is uploaded to the channel, because he just might go back to that daily lunch, that lunch meal we used to get. in the
Yeah.
car.
Hey,
Amen.
remember that? Yeah, that lunch meal. Yeah. Amen. Amen.
So we'll be looking for it, man. But thank you for putting in the work, T-Dub. We'll holler at you on next time.
I appreciate it. Thank you, America Pass Travel. Hey guys, and because of America Pass Travel, right? So I was working, right, and I got a message from America Pass Travel. He was talking about the Canelo and the bicep, which gave me the idea to even do the video. So thank you to him, and I'm back. I was gonna go earlier, but I had to go to I got chiropractor. But you know what? We here. Let me see. If urban stuff, everything will sell out easily with limited seating going on. Why are people acting like AJ Fury is big? Because of the matchup. It's all about the belts and undisputed. To vacate them completely negates the matchup. I have to agree with Ethan Allen on that. Think about it, in one breath, they're saying, and even AJ, if he has the belt, that's who I want to fight. If he has the belt, I'm about the belt. I'm not about the name of the person. I'm about the belts. But if Joshua drops the belt, and if Fury has to give it to WBC just to make a fight, it does kind of contradict what they even said, what they stand from the beginning. Now, it does not make it, I can say, it's still a big fight, but it is still a big fight between Joshua versus Fury. Listen, it's a big UK fight, and it's not as big for the USA. A lot of USA hardcore boxing fans like me, I'm interested. Don't get me twisted. I'm interested in seeing Wilder versus Fury 3. I'm interested in seeing Fury versus Joshua. I'm interested in seeing, Ortiz versus White. I want to see it. Dylan White versus Wilder. I want to see it. That's what I'm here for. I'm a boxing fan. Of course, I want my weight and I want things to play out the way I see them to play out. But sometimes I don't have a control. Matter of fact, I never have a control. I always gotta either give my opinion or react to whatever they actually did. If Tyson Fury fights Deontay Wilder next, that's what I want. If he doesn't fight him next and fight Joshua, that's not what I want. But I'm still going to watch that fight, and I'm going to pull for Joshua to beat Fury. It's still a big fight. But it's not big. Like I said, in my opinion, it is not bigger than Wilder versus Joshua. Okay. Yo, you live with your boy T. That was Blazing the Sports. Who's calling? And let's talk about it.
T-Dub, what it do? It's your boy Lamar. Long time no hear from. How you
Lamar,
doing?
better yet, what it does. What's up, champ? Let's talk about it, champ. What's on your mind, man?
Okay, let me go ahead and say this because I'm about to hit the bed. But how can you even say that Joshua versus, Fury versus Wilder would be a bigger fight? I don't get the.
No. I said Wilder versus Joshua would be bigger than Fury versus Joshua. I said Wilder should get his third fight versus Fury. Here's why I say he should get his third fight, right? So Wilder has done everything that was asked for him. He had 30 days to activate his rematch clause. He done so. He was ready to go to fight back in October. He was ready. It was the networks, even Tyson Fury own network. He is signed with Top Rank. Top Rank has an agreement with ESPN. They kept pushing it off, and then they pushed it off to December 19th. The fight was set for December 19th. ESPN was saying, no, we can't do this. There's too many remember, that's who Fury signed with. We can't do this on that date. You got to push it off to January, February. And since his network wouldn't do it, and they are pushing it off past a date that would violate the rematch clause. To me, that's not a reason to get out of it. Because if Wilder never pushed it back, and Bob Arum said Wilder never pushed it back, and he wants to fight, then Fury owes that man a third fight.
I get it contractually. Contractually, I totally agree with you. Fury versus Joshua, to me, obviously, yes, it'll be a bigger fight in the UK. I don't dispute that by any means. And just to be clear, I am a Southerner, and I'm rocking with any and everything that's either talented and or positive from the South. And so I do support Wilder. I guess when Fury came here and he did an amazing marketing scheme, and I know 80, shout out to 80, what he said about him being a marketable killer, him coming out in that, what was it, Living in America.
Right.
I mean, him rocking that, he has pretty much won the American crowd over. I mean, everyone, if you follow boxing, you understand and you know who Fury is. I think Fury versus Joshua, because it hasn't happened, it's a bigger fight.
I don't believe he won the crowd over because Fury biggest numbers was against Wilder. The other fights outside of Wilder, they didn't do nothing at all. When he went and fought Tom Schwartz, and then he went and fought Otto Wallin, and in each one of those, he was dressing up like a mess. And remember, he fought on big days, Cinco de Mayo, when
Absolutely.
Canelo pulled off a Cinco de Mayo. He fought on there, and he still didn't get good numbers like that. So I think the American fans honestly just wanted to see somebody beat Wilder, than honestly wanted to see Fury win. They want to see Wilder lose more than seeing Fury win. Now here's my thing: is Joshua versus Fury? If they fought right now, does it mean more than if Fury fought Wilder in a rematch? Yes, because they're fighting for undisputed. But what we're talking about is Fury signed a contract. Listen, Wilder didn't owe Fury anything. He didn't. He only rematched him because people thought he might have lost the first fight and it was a draw. Wilder gave that man a shot. He wasn't ordered to give Fury a shot. He gave him a shot. And in doing so, he said, listen, I done retained my title for 5 years. If I lose, think about this, just like Joshua did against Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz didn't just beat Joshua and then come over and fight Wilder to have an American on it. Think that would have been big for America. The first Mexican-American champion versus an African-American champion going down on U.S. soil. That would have been huge for us. But no, Joshua said this. Joshua said, listen, we have a rematch clause and I want my fight. And nobody argued it. And he got his fight. But since Wilder is like, we got a rematch clause and I want my fight, people are saying he should stand down and not take the fight. I think that Tyson Fury, if you agreed to it, the only reason you got the fight, because you signed a contract to give him a shot at his title if he lost. Honor your agreement. Beat him if you can. If you can, then go fight Joshua. If you can't beat him, then Wilder go fight Joshua. If he gets past Usyk.
And again, I agree contractually. I totally agree. I think it's only fair. I think one of the issues with Wilder, it's like a high risk, low reward. You know.
No, what do you mean low reward? That's money. Fury got his biggest paydays fighting Wilder.
It's money, but they've already fought twice. That first fight, arguably, it was Wilder doing the 1-2 the whole night, trying to throw that right hand and just knock him out. And Fury doing a pretty good job. And yes, he got caught. Yes, we can speak about that. And he did come back from the dead, which I was extremely shocked and impressed on that. I think after that fight and Wilder coming out, what was this, Black History Month or
yeah.
What was he representing?
Uh-huh.
And decisively losing a fight. I understand you have your issues with the glove, and we can talk about that some other time.
Yeah.
But him really getting beaten, taking it, I don't. It's too much of a risk when he can go.
It doesn't matter. He signed a contract. What you mean? He signed a contract.
Well, and we can speak about law. We can go on that if you want. And definitely, contracts are written up to be broken. I mean,
listen, but that's why they are in mediation now, possibly arbitration. But here, listen to what you're saying. Listen to what you're saying. That no matter if there's gloves or no gloves, that Wilder got beat so decisively in that fight. That Fury should be allowed to move on. Ferg, if you think about it, Joshua got beat the exact same way against Andy Ruiz, and he got stopped in the exact same round that Wilder got stopped in the 7th round. It was damn near mirror beatings. And in each time, and in both fights, the shot that led to Joshua and Wilder getting hurt was a shot that landed in the back of the head. When Andy Ruiz hit Joshua with that donkey punch that came down the back of his head, he never could really gain his balance. When Fury did a double jab into an overhand right and hit Wilder in the back of the head, he never could get right. And they both got hurt in the 3rd round. And they both got stopped in the 7th round. And it was bad ever since then. And they both got knocked down multiple times. So how is it fair for Joshua to get his shot back at Andy Ruiz and get a chance, and not Andy Ruiz to move on and fight Wilder, but you okay with Fury not fighting Wilder and move immediately on to Joshua? Why is it fair for Joshua, but it's not fair for Wilder? And they both signed contracts.
I would have argued it's fair if that second fight with Joshua didn't happen as well. I wouldn't have been mad at that. I think we're arguing over the difference between what should have happened and what is happening. Yes, in a fair world, I think this third fight should happen. But if they don't want it to, if he feels it's a bigger money maker to go back to the UK, that's his home country first and foremost.
But that's not where he's going to fight.
Fighter.
He's going to fight a guy from the UK, but not in the UK. It'll probably take somewhere in the Middle East.
And rightfully so, to build a following and a crowd there, and obviously to make that money. I mean, this is prize fight. Again, I'm not so much as disagreeing with you as I am. I understand that there's a difference between what should happen and what is happening, and so I'm not mad at reality.
But what is happening? Okay, we agree on what should happen, but let's ask. You said what is happening? What is happening?
What is happening is that we don't know. We don't.
So we don't know what's happening then.
They may fight. They may fight in February. This you spoke of that gag order, and I totally agree with that. What I'm saying is, I am not mad at another young man for getting his money. If he feels I can go this route, I can build my legacy, I can make more money, and then I can come back and give Wilder this chance.
He said I would never fight Wilder again, ever.
And he could do that as well. But look. And I don't want to call you by your nickname because we grew up together. But, but you know, we grew up in an era. We remember boxers. We remember the Four Kings. We remember Hagler and them. And we understand what happened to a lot of our older boxers now when we see them that can barely talk, that can barry speak, and they're broke.
What they have to do with now? These are current fighters. We're talking about Fury, and we're talking about Fury should give Wilder a rematch. But listen, that money might not be there because here's the obstacles right now. One, the WBO is like this. We gave you 2 effing passes. We're not giving you 3. They let Joshua fight Andy Ruiz, and then they let him fight Pulev as well. There was another mandatory. The WBO like, listen, our fighters, Usyk is next. So that has been insisted by the WBO. At this point, it is up to Usyk to say, I want my shots at Anthony Joshua as getting 4 titles, 3 major in one shot, or you pay me so much money, probably 10 or 15 million to step aside if you can fight Fury. And now you also are hoping for Fury to wiggle his way out of this mediation arbitration. See, it's not as cut and dry as it seems. The time lapse. Fury said, I want to fight in December. It's for my mental. Guess what? He's not fighting in December. I guess his mental is all jacked up still because he's not fighting when he wants to, which means he has to fight in January or probably February sometime if you're going to actually push the fight. So you got Fury who has to get over this legal hole with Wilder, obstacle, and then you got Joshua who has to get over his obligations to the WBO. That's the obstacle. Now the easiest thing to do is Joshua to fight Usyk, Wilder to fight Fury, and the winner fight each other from that. That's the easiest thing. The hardest thing to do is try to.
It's too much risk.
But listen, you're a champion. Listen, there's always risk in boxing. There's risk, but it has to happen. And see, and now, what do you think about this? What if Joshua says, okay, I'm not going to fight Usyk. I'm going to give him my WBO. And Fury says, you're not going to force me to fight Wilder. I'm going to give it to WBC. And Joshua and Fury still fight each other. What do you feel about that period if they drop the belts and still make the fight? When Joshua says, I'm about the belts. He said, I'm not about the person, I'm about the belts.
Right. At a level of just pure, I don't know, let's say manhood, I think it's a punkish way to go. Yes. Now, when it comes to prize fighting,
it's a big prize.
Your money,
it's a big fight.
I understand it. Go for it.
No, I agree. If they drop the belts, it's still a major fight, and in many people's eyes, they will look at it like the winner is still number one. But the thing is, you're number one, and you know what being undisputed, right? That's history. You're number one, and you probably maybe have one or no belts at that time. You know, now Undisputed is going to be so far away because you can have Usyk got a belt tied up, Wilder has a belt tied up. We don't know. And then they're talking about possibly dropping all the belts because Eddie Hearn says if we have to drop one, we might as well drop them all. Because what's the point of, they said, what's the point of having a fight if it's not for Undisputed? Why even have it for the belts?
Right.
That's what, that's what Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua manager said. So it's still a big fight, but the win. Now see, if Fury wins that fight, Fury will have in his mind, he'd be at ease. Because he feels like, I won all those titles before, and I already won all the titles that I had. Maybe not at one time, but I had all the titles. And my only thing left to do is to beat Joshua. I really feel that Wilder would probably, not Wilder, but Fury, if he beats Joshua, he's not fighting no damn Wilder. He might hold to his promise to fight Joshua one last time, and then Fury's going to fucking retire.
Absolutely.
Because I think he's okay with not having Undisputed. I don't think Joshua is okay for real with not being Undisputed because he would feel incomplete. He never won a WBC, and now he's about to lose that plus more if he fights Fury and drop a belt.
And you speak of history and it being sort of historic in a sense, and you look at the UK and you see they have two champions right now, two legitimate champions. I mean, really, Fury to me is an amazing boxer, especially as big as he is and what he can do, just his footwork and him just being a nice pugilist, a true pugilist of the sport. You get two people from the same country, like that is a rivalry in itself. Excuse me. Yes, I know you're mentioning the United States versus UK, which
that is bigger.
That
is bigger.
Potentially, but then again, I've been to London before, and boxing is huge in the UK, and you know this.
But they don't do it. It's huge, but it's just not as many people, so it doesn't make the money that boxers can make here because of the people. Now, don't get me wrong, it's huge. I wish, and I said a long time ago, that the U.S. would show boxing the level of love that the UK show, because that means that whatever boxers were getting paid now, they will be getting paid even more stupid. It'd just be big. But the fact is, even though we know it's not one of our top three major sports, maybe not in the top four. Baseball, basketball, football, it's easily. Then what's next? Soccer, hockey. No, hockey probably fourth. And then after hockey, then you might go with I don't know, boxing, UFC, somewhere in that area. But it's look what they still are able to make. It's just still because we have the sheer number of people, it makes a lot of money here. But I believe that if Wilder, think about this, like I said earlier, Joshua only lost, come back to beat that man that beat him down and pretty much made him quit by the 7th round, and he came back and beat him to regain his belts. Wilder beat down, and the corner had to stop the fight in the 7th round, and he come back to beat that man. Both guys having one loss and realizing they cannot wait to put this fight off again. Wilder versus Joshua, USA. There's always been a USA versus UK rival. And no matter what you look at, when you look at the Olympics, that's all rival amongst countries. That's rivals and rivals and rivals. And now you think about it, the UK is going to ride with AJ. And I love that love. They're going to ride with AJ. And the crazy thing about it, in the USA, even though it'd be big here, but it'd be more haters for Wilder, but it'd still be the sheer numbers pulling just to watch the fight. I'm telling you, that's a 2 to 2.5 million pay-per-view for the USA domestically. I believe it would shatter records in the UK. Bro, this would break records, man. But Fury versus Joshua only break records in the UK. It does not do it in the USA.
No,
Facts.
No, I think we have enough.
No.
We have enough
to put it on pay-per-view? What do they do on pay-per-view? Okay, Joshua versus Fury and pay-per-view in the USA. What does it do?
Okay. I think it does serious numbers.
Like what? Like what?
And throw out a figure.
Because we have not seen we have not seen Fury hold his own number-wise in the USA when he performed. We haven't seen it. Remember, and we're not just talking about pay-per-view. We're talking about just fighting on local ESPN and ESPN Plus. When Wilder was fighting on Showtime, he was pulling in like the few million that was watching doing those Showtime episodes or PBS episodes. He was pulling in numbers still and did solid numbers when he did turn pay-per-view. Fury. See, I think you're still thinking about it like me and you, boxing fans. But to be honest, there's only the hardcore boxing fans will watch it, but they need to pull in the casuals. Wilder pulls in the casuals with all the coming to America, with all the Cinco de Mayo dressing up with the sombrero on, with all that. He still did not pull the numbers. He just didn't do it.
I think Wilder, but Wilder pulled in the casuals his last fight. Afterwards, especially the controversy with the gloves and him not.
So you saying that casuals want to see a UK versus UK shutdown? You telling me?
Absolutely.
They rather see
more so than they would.
They would
a third match with Wilder.
But no, we're not talking. We're not talking about that because remember that's contractual. That's going to work the way out. We talking about if Wilder fought Joshua or Fury fought Joshua. You telling me that American fans would rather see a UK versus UK shutdown over a UK versus USA shutdown bragging rights?
I can't say that. I think you're putting that in your mind that it's country, one country versus.
And that's how it's going to be sold. But that's how it's going to be sold. It's going to be. You telling me that you don't think they're going to in the USA they can't really sell it to us. They got to just give us the. They only can tell us what it means to the UK. That's all they can do. But in the USA, the connection is our soil. And for the UK, it's their soil. Even when Billy Joe Saunders was supposed to fight Demetrius Andrade, and they were doing a press conference, Demetrius Andrade showed up like back in the day when they were talking about the British are coming and all this. He was showing up ready to fight a Brit then. He was going to play the angle of a USA versus UK. And I'm telling you, with Anthony Joshua, the head of UK, it just, bro, when you bring in two mega countries, it's just a bigger fight. I mean, we're going to disagree.
And look, I'm not discounting that at all. I think I love Boo Boo. I'm a huge Boo Boo fan, and I think you know that. Boo Boo doesn't have the eyes on him yet. I mean, if you're a casual, you probably don't know Demetrius. He deserves it. I want him to fight Canelo. I want him to get those bigger fights, but he doesn't right now, and I understand that. What I'm saying is Joshua is becoming, I can't say, he's a household name in the UK. And in
yes, he is in the UK.
And maybe in Canada. Maybe even in Canada. Canada is somewhat serious in it. I think the numbers.
I don't think he's household in the USA yet.
With us as boxing fans, people who actually follow the sport, obviously he's going to get those numbers if they do pay-per-view. And I mean here in the States. The casuals, yes, they're going to have an issue trying to market to them and get them. But nonetheless, these are two belt-holding champions.
They are, but I just don't think it's going to be big in the USA.
And don't get me wrong.
As big.
The whole Wilder thing, I want that to happen. But I understand the hesitation between if
Fury don't want that smoke.
We don't know.
Fury said this even after the knockout several times. Fury said this. He said that Wilder would still knock out Joshua and knock out Dylan White. He's still the most dangerous man out there. And he said even in his third fight, he can catch me. Fury is fully aware of what he's up against, and I get it. He's trying to find an opportunity just to get the hell out of there. I get it.
But T-Dub, that's pure marketing as well. Look, if I beat you as a breakdancer, which I would, and you know that, we talk about that later. But if I beat you as a breakdancer, I'm going to go back and I'm going to tell everybody who didn't experience it, who even saw it, I'm going to say, nah, T-Dub, he's dope. Like, he's a great dancer. Obviously, because I want myself to look even better, because I beat the man who's beat the men. You see what I'm saying? And that's not to take anything away from Wilder. Again, I'm from the South, and you know this, and I love me some Wilder. But I also get that is very high risk when I can go here. I can become the king of my country in a sense. I'm the Gypsy King, so let me become the king of an entire country.
I really believe I believe that the UK would ride with Anthony Joshua. I think it'd be very few really wanted to see Fury win. And the most think about this. Fury did this. Fury said that the UK don't care about him. They treat him just like he's just a traveler. That's how they treat him. And he said that he said when he came to the USA treat him like royalty. He said he denounced his license. He wasn't even going to fight in the UK. And a fight against Joshua still might not be in the UK. He gave up. He doesn't have a current license, unless he got it without me knowing. He still don't have a current license in the UK because he didn't think they cared about him. In so many words, he acting like they was somewhat racist to him because he was a gypsy. So if he fought Anthony Joshua, I think it'd be a big fight, but majority of people pull for Joshua.
I agree. Joshua has the Sugar Ray Leonard almost effect. Like he's got the good looks. Obviously he's built like a damn Greek god. I've heard you say before, and he's getting better with each fight. I mean, he can sell products, and he is marketing. Or he's endorsing a couple brands, ain't he? I think I've seen him on Adidas or something.
You're talking about AJ?
What brand it was. AJ, yeah.
Under Armour.
Under Armour. Okay, so yes, I definitely think he'd have more fans, but nonetheless, they do. And yes, this could be because they have less sports, or they pay attention to less sports than we do. They understand boxing a little bit better.
Listen,
and they understand that Fury can fight. You know, I may not be rocking with him as much, but he can actually fight.
Listen, we're not going to dispute that. Fury can fight. Joshua fight. We know these guys can fight, and I still believe it. I think it's a Fury versus Joshua. There's no doubt it is a big fight, but I think the thing we're just going to keep bumping heads at is that I believe that Fury should fight Wilder and Wilder beats Fury. I think Wilder versus Fury is a bigger fight than if globally than if Joshua fought Fury. That's a big UK fight. That is a mark in history fight for the UK. It's huge. It's the biggest fight for the UK. I just don't really believe the rest of the world will be as excited for it. It's like I'm glitching a little bit. Okay. I don't think the rest of the world will be as excited for it because when you look at Wilder, Wilder brings, you know what Fury's going to do. He's going to dance. He's going to box and dance and box. Wilder just brings a wild element. He's like a wild card. That's why everybody shows up to his fight because you just don't know what the hell is going to happen. He can be losing 7 rounds and land something big. And with all these years of built up between Joshua versus Wilder, just to get that paid off, I just think that to me, it's just a much bigger fight. And here's why I say that Joshua is not as big in the USA. Joshua fights on an app. He doesn't fight on a network like Showtime. He doesn't do pay-per-view. He's not on Fox TV where he can get regular TV exposure. The only people that give him exposure in the USA is people that have the DAZN app. That's it. And I don't think everyone that has an app is tuning in all at one time just to watch the Joshua fight when he did fight over here versus Andy Ruiz and lost. So the only time they could have shown him over here is when he lost. And then his audience is only bigger than whatever the app is. And the app is just not that big in the USA, which means his exposure is minimum. Even like I said, against us, we know what Joshua brings. Listen, I was following Joshua, I would say maybe around 11, 12 fights. I think I saw taking notice to him. And then we're 13, 14. I remember around 15 fights, I was like, man, I was saying that if Wilder or, Fury or somebody or Klitschko want to fight this guy, they better fight him now because he's going to get nothing but better.
We had that conversation.
Yeah,
we had that conversation. I remember. Uh-huh.
And I was saying that, bro, and I know what he brings, but remember, I'm a boxing fan. You're a boxing fan. And Joshua is on a network that's still not that big in the USA. His market is just not that big here. But in the USA, everyone knows Wilder's name. In the UK, everyone knows Wilder's name. The world knows Wilder. Love him or hate him, they know him. And if you take somebody like Wilder, and I'm saying this is all if he fight, this is all ifs. If some kind of way Joshua beats Usyk or pay him step aside money, because that's a different obstacle right there. We ain't even talked about that, but that's an obstacle that Joshua is going to rely on Usyk mercy, either pay him money or fight him. We ain't even talked about that. That's an obstacle. We just talking about Fury versus Wilder, And
Right.
if Fury versus Wilder, in some kind of way Wilder wins, you talking about that comeback story to beat a guy, just like Joshua beat Andy, with to beat a guy that beat you to a pulp and come back to beat that guy? And now you're back in line for the fight that everybody wanted to see? Joshua
And
versus Wilder?
bro, you speaking to my point. I totally I agree with you at a contractual level, and if we're speaking about fairness, yes, I just think it's high risk for both of them. Let's say Wilder beats Fury, then automatically they should have another fight. His sort of pedigree drops a little bit, and I'm speaking about Fury. He's going to lose money in regards to whatever the oncoming fights he could pursue. Who's going to want to fight him? Then that puts Fury, or it puts Wilder back up in a position to where he could, he's going to make money regardless, but obviously he's going to make more then, and he gets to decide, oh, do I want to fight Fury again? Do I want to go after Joshua? Whoever. So, and the same with Joshua. So I understand those two wanting to hash it out first, and whatever happens there, they can say the rematch clause, and then they can decide how they want to move. I think they're trying to position themselves economically first and foremost. I think it's a smarter move from them.
Listen, I understand it. Honestly, I think we went around a few ways, but kind of on the same. Listen, here's what I get. I get Fury trying to find a way out. I get it. Wilder is dangerous. Usyk is dangerous. Joshua could lose to Usyk. Fury could lose to Wilder. So they're saying to themselves, before any one of us take a loss, and it's very possible in the next fight, we got to try to find a way to make it happen now. Because think about it. You didn't have this push from Eddie Hearn when it was coming to fighting Wilder before they lost. You didn't have that. You had hurdles being put in the way, obstacles being put in the way. But after Eddie saw Joshua lose, he knew he can't play around with it. And in Fury, some kind of way beat Wilder, they still know Wilder's dangerous. I get it. Listen, I get that too. Like I said, we spoiled a little bit, but it's kind of the same thing. Except for we might disagree which one might be bigger. You might think Fury versus Joshua bigger than for Undisputed than Wilder versus Joshua for Undisputed. I think Wilder versus Joshua.
And I call more so just to, can we curse on here, man? I don't want to.
No, go ahead.
I just called to fuck with you in that sense. No, it would be interesting. I agree numbers-wise, only because, again, Wilder, as you say, he's American, and he's going to pull some of the casual American fans. But just thinking at a worldwide level, and yes, this is probably the biggest market when it comes to numbers, at least here in the States. I think you're correct. But thinking all of Europe, and there are not too many countries that follow boxing like we do. And I mean, me and you, we've been following the sport for a while, but there are some that pay attention. He'll do well, and obviously all over the UK, be it Scotland, be it England, be it even Wales. I mean, he's going to do fine. And then some other European countries, shall I say. I just think it makes sense economically or financially. And it's like the pride of the country. Who's the king of the UK? And then if I want to go to the States and fight Wilder. But you're right. If we're going to go, we're speaking about the legality of it. I've signed a contract, and in said contract, I am supposed to fight this man within said amount of time. So I can't argue.
Let me give you this. Let me get your thoughts on some things. And first of all, listen, thanks for calling in, man. I appreciate it. I like it, man. I like to be, it makes me think. Sometimes I'm just talking about myself, but when somebody talks, it makes me think. And I really overall believe for the people, it's just a better show because they get to hear from you, they get to hear from me, and then the people can decide or still be confused at the end of it. But at least you got it. So I want to thank you off top first for calling in, man. Just to give this work, man. I appreciate it. But what I want to say, man. After all that, I forgot the point I was going to actually get your thoughts on. How do you think, and this is like we don't know, but how do you think this whole legal stuff with Fury and Wilder, do you think they would end up having a fight? Like, what do you think just a thought, because you don't know. What do you think the outcome is going to be from this, like between all this? Because the timeline has passed, but there still must be something to hold on to, because they're in court, or or have at least mediation. So how do you think this? Like, how do you think that plays out in your mind? You can do two. You can do one or two ways you want to.
Man, and I'll answer it this way, because that's a really good question. If we were speaking about politics and or corporate policies, yes. I mean, me and you, we can go all day on that. When it comes to boxing, man, I've been it's the one sport I'm like, how does Dylan White do that? Or I don't get it. I really don't. What I will say about lawyers and writing contracts, at the end of the day, as much as you may be stipulated to perform or to do this within this amount of time, with a good lawyer and some good money, which those fighters do have good money, it's interpretation. It's what we interpreted the contract to mean, and any of those loopholes that you can bring in to kind of confuse. I mean, that's on the table.
The thing is that they didn't just go to like Nevada nowhere to they have an actual, I believe, is a retired judge, somebody that knows boxing very well still. But here's why I think that Wilder stands a chance of winning. I don't know. I'm just giving these just my personal thoughts. Is that Wilder is not responsible for any of the dates being pushed out. He agreed to fight all the dates. The only reason that the fight got pushed out is because of networks. One being ESPN, which is Tyson Fury Network. If your network is involved in pushing a date out past the last schedule that it can happen, to me, that puts you at fault. Like, how can let's say this? Let's say if the contract ends, let's just say December 31st, right? Mm-hmm. But Tyson Fury's his side said we can't have it before then. It has to be pushed off. How can you punish Wilder for your side? And remember, there's all type of documentation out there, videos of Bob Arum saying that, no, it's not Wilder. You can't blame Wilder. Wilder wants to fight. It's a network. I really believe all this video, and they're going to pull up all this stuff and just playing to the judge. Like, listen, you guys admitted to it. You guys played a part in this of your own, pushing it off. And now, and check this out, right? Check this out. And here's something else. Before the fight was over, Bob Arum kept saying this. You know what? We need a crowd. We got to make money for this. We got to do this in January or February. We got to make money for this. They talking about pushing off. And even Frank Warren, we got to push it off. It's for money. We got to make, this fight got to need a crowd. Money, money, money. And as soon as it came past a deadline, they was already they was trying to get past the date anyway, bro. Like they were trying to get past it. But Wilder said, listen, no crowd or crowd. I agree to this date. I don't care who else playing a football in the game. I want my rematch on that date. If your network don't think they're going to make the money back, that's on your network. But I agree to it. What's your thoughts on that?
I would agree. I think the sort of unseen factor is coronavirus. It's the COVID-19 pandemic. I think, and you see this in corporate contracts, like you can opt to, let's say, buy a company or purchase whatever it is you're buying, barring any sort of unseen circumstances.
Right.
And those being something, and the coronavirus obviously would qualify for that. I think that's going to be used, and rightfully so. And going to what you said, I don't think either man is scared. Like, I don't even think Joshua is scared of Usyk or anything. Does he think he could possibly lose? Yes. Usyk is a very talented boxer, but I don't think any of those men themselves are scared of the other men. I think it's the promoters and the management behind them that's trying to.
I think they still understand the risk. See, when you're a fighter, you look at like Canelo, right? Even though Canelo is doing strategically moving and he's fighting for a prize and belts, but he's fighting like strategic opponents that can get in them prize a lot easier than fighting other guys that can make it a little bit tougher. And then, like I said, it doesn't necessarily mean scared. It means you're taking the easy road travel. And I just believe that, I'm not saying they're scared. I don't think Josh was scared to fight Fury or Usyk. I don't know. I think at one point, I think he might have been a little afraid of the Bronze Bomber. I just gotta be honest. I think at one point, he might have been. Listen, when you see somebody doing what he's doing, it might have been. But I just think that neither one of these guys are scared like you, at least of fighting their next opponent. I think Fury would fight Wilder again, but he knows that even admitted it's a chance he could lose. Listen, that's not stupid. He know that if he gets hit by Wilder, and listen, bro, even when I watched that, go back and watch that second fight. I want you to watch, just look at Wilder. Do me a favor. Look at Wilder. Look when he gets into the ring. For real, look at his face and watch out. Right before the bell rings, it's like he's still trying to shake himself together, bro. Like he's trying to stretch. It's like he's like, I'm just saying, he just didn't seem, let's say, on his game for whatever reason. Just like when you leave this video if you're still up. Go to YouTube, Google the fight, and just watch. Watch him, look in his eyes. Watch how he moves. Watch how he just seemed different.
And T-Dub, I 100% agree with you. I've noticed that. And to be real, and this is to be 100% honest, because part of the reason I call in, again, was just to fuck with you. But I actually fear that. Like, I don't know if his head is in the right place. I love Wilder. I love what he's done for the sport. I love how athletic and how unorthodox and how awkward he is. I love it. But I don't know if he will ever get that confidence back that he had. That scared me. He took a beating for whatever reason it may be, and I noticed that too when he was getting into the ring and stuff.
I don't think he lost his. I don't think it was confidence that bothered him walking into that ring, because remember he thought he won the first fight, so in his mind, he felt that he won. He felt he knocked him out. When you beat a man, typically you feel you can beat a man again if you already beat him once. And then he came off knocking out Dominic Brazil. Remember, he is the one that gave Fury the opportunity. If he was afraid of Fury, he would never even fought Fury. He didn't have to fight. He had no obligation to fight him. He fought the man because he felt he was confident in beating Fury. I don't think, whatever it was, I don't think that took his confidence. And to be honest, I think right now, my opinion, this is just opinion like yours, is that I think Wilder is highly pissed off. I think if you think the glove gate and all that is real or not, in his mind it's real. So in his mind, if it's real, he don't believe he lost fair. He's fucking fired up. He wanted to go out. He wants to take somebody's head off. That's just what I think. Think about, why is he fighting so hard to fight Fury? He has an opportunity to not even fight. Think about it. He didn't have to even file for the court in the mediations and all this. He didn't have to do that. If he was scared, he just walked away. I'm like, yeah, they push it. It's past the date. Fury ducked me and just left it at that. But this man wants to fight. And he went to Fury Instagram and was like, dude, just fucking fight me. Like, he's getting my rematch. That's all I want. I don't think he's scared. I think his confidence there. Win or lose that third fight, because it's still a tough fight, because Fury can fight. Fury can still fight, glove get or not.
Right.
But I think Wilder's ready. I want to see it. Will it happen? Biggest question.
And let me, because I know your listeners, your fans, and your team, everybody, that may be someone that want to get in. And I know me and you, when we get on the phone, we can talk for hours.
Yeah.
Any and everything. But let me say, just speaking to what you said in regards to what's in his mind, what's in Wilder's mind, like how he feels and how he's trying to, I guess, just come up with some sort of reasoning as to why this happened. I liken that to, you remember a couple months back, those people wanting to shoot bleach up in their body, drink bleach, because they thought it was going to kill the virus and stuff. Like, in their mind, that was a real way to avoid getting sick. So I understand that, but that doesn't make it right. And I'm not discounting anything you said. I don't think he stepped in the ring afraid. I don't know what was going on, but I think now him taking a public beating, and you know how Wilder is. He's unapologetically black, and him coming out to those black historical figures, and then taking a beating in the eyes of many people, regardless of why it happened. I think that can shatter any man's confidence.
You know what?
So I'm interested to see. Go for it.
Maybe it can get some, but I'm speaking as a let's see, me as a fighter, right? And I'm gonna tell you about. I told this story just maybe a couple of days ago about me sparring. I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna see if I can relate it to Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder believes somebody spiked his water, and he said that he didn't feel 15 minutes or so leading up to the fight. He didn't feel good, and I called that fight live. And when I was watching it before they made their ring walk, Fury was up shadow boxing and all that, and Wilder was like laying this girl lap, right? I'm thinking like, why the hell is he not getting loose, right? He was laying down, like as a fighter, you want to be damn near, you want to break a sweat before you come out.
Right.
He just didn't bro. He didn't seem himself. He wasn't doing nothing. I never saw him shout up. He was just looking like, damn, what's wrong with me? Let me try to catch some Z's, just see if I can sleep whatever's off. And then they say he goes in the ring and he gets beat. But in his eyes, he believes it was because of the water or because of the gloves. So now I'm going to relate it to my story. I'm just a fighter's mindset. I told a story about I was with my brother and we went to the bar. I had 2, possibly 3 Long Island iced teas. We was getting ready to leave. I was feeling good at the time. I had a bright idea. I said, you know what? I'm going to go to the gym because the gym opened up at 5:30. That lets you know what I was doing. I was already drinking before 5:30 p.m. I was with my brother, right? So I went to the gym, and I just went to the gym. I only wanted to just hit the bags because I'd been drinking, right? And I got there, and they wanted to spar. Like, nah, coach, I'm not feeling good. And he said, man, no, we need you to spar. We got you to spar. We're talking about the fight coming up, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, man, I that Long Island was kicking in. So I get in there, and I fight this Mexican kid. He was really good, too. A little shorter than me, but he was really, really good, right? And I was under the influence. And I'm not going to lie, this kid beat me in sparring. Like, he beat me in sparring. But I knew in my mind that I was under the influence. See, I'm just saying Wilder. Maybe he believes he is. I'm just going off belief. So I made sure that I would never make that happen again. And the next time I seen his ass, he stayed away for about 2 or 3 months, and he was bragging about what he did to me. And when he came to the gym, right, he was hyped. They said, you want to spar Jose? He said, nah. You want to spar Charles? And I said, no, I want to spar Charles. I want to spar Tita. So Mike was like, he want to spar you? Because Mike and they just saw me do work, like in a real fight. They just saw like I'm one of the coaches at the gym. So he said, you might make him a believer. I said, okay, coach. I know what kind of high he's riding off. I said, let me take that high down. So I get in there with him, right? He thought it was sweet because remember I was under Long Island iced teas. So I get in there in this first fight, in the sparring match, and I'm tearing that ass up. And he comes inside, he's hooking, I'm slipping, right uppercut, left hook, turning out right hands, left hook, right hands, pivoting back left. We were supposed to go 3 rounds. He quit after the second, but he was quit in the second round. He only went 2 rounds because I laid up and I went to coaching him. Like, come on, bro, let's fight through it, man. Let's fight through it. He like, man. But see, remember, my belief was, and it made me want to whoop his ass so fucking bad because I knew the only reason he got me because I was under influence. So my thing is, if Wilder felt like that, then if he feels like I only lost because I was under influence and all this, then he could actually boost his ability to want to fight more. I'm not saying it would be a difference in the fight, but I think he would come into the fight if he feels like that I want to take this guy's head off.
And that's a legitimate argument. You broke that down extremely well. I can't even argue with that.
But man, listen.
Let me get off the.
Yeah, I give you a shout out because when I do see you in person, you tell me you can't beat me in breaking, bro, or you can beat me. Hey, I'm challenging you, bro. I'm challenging you.
Fam, that was 20-some years ago.
Hey.
You don't want that smoke. You don't. We supposed to step in the ring. What's up with the ring?
Hey, listen, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest, guys. When it comes to breakdancing, nah, I don't. See, I know my battles. I don't think that's a battle I can win. But if Ferg on the phone with me right now, if he steps into a boxing ring with me, it will be a legal assassination. Listen,
147.
Man,
147. Get down to one. I'll drain you at 151.
Listen.
You can go 151, but let's go
listen.
147.
I'm just saying, man. I know. I don't know. Listen, I know what I do now, right? I am in the ring with current 19, 20, 21, 22-year-old kids, and I can school at will. They will admit that I can't fuck with this guy. I'm just saying, Ferg. Now, for us, I wouldn't, fam, want to put it out there, but this would be afterwards. Cause you look like I said, man, you're a brother to me, man. Like, and I tell you, like, good friend, brother, somebody that like I can look back from years and like, damn, like, when you look back and you realize who your true friends and who wasn't your true friends. And I'm like, man,
Yes,
that was my boy Ferg, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was it. But I'm telling you, as one true friend to another true friend, if you step in that boxing ring, I am a different animal. And I promise you, I will let you know it very fast what you're going to get.
Well, get better, fam. Get better, because I can make that flight up there super quick.
Hey.
I'm only a couple hours away from it.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, it is. This is what I'm predicting. And you know what? And we're not going to record it or put it out there. If I do what I say I'm going to do, you have to call in and be like, T-Dub was right. I didn't know what I was expecting.
Okay, let me put this out here. So this is the caveat, because I know you're a couple weight classes bigger than me. I'm gonna at least need you down to 160. You can get 165, but
Nah, bro.
I need you in the 160.
Nah, bro.
Because I'm going down. I walk around at a heavier weight than that. I'm going down to 147. So
Nah, bro. You
I need
listen.
You at 160.
Nah, when you come to the throne and you challenge the throne. You take, listen,
Okay.
you don't go to Game of Thrones and say, listen, fight on my rules. No, listen, when you come to T-Dub, Mr. Whatsblazing the sports, Mr. I'm back here like a crack at it, and you said listen, you got to take my throne for what comes with it. So no matter what I come in, woo!
Okay.
And here's the thing. This is what you're going to be in for. Tremendous speed, tremendous power, slickness, footwork, accountability, thinking, and I'm telling you, it's in the ring next level. And you know what? Afterwards, man, listen, we're gonna talk about it afterwards. But listen, if you come here, listen, all right, if you got a spot down there, I'll fly down. We'll do, to be safe, do the 16-ounce gloves, and I'm gonna do work. I'm just saying right now, bro, you better make sure when you're training that you gotta do more than hit the bag for me. You better be really putting some work in.
I'm just saying, be healthy, stay healthy. I know you having issues with your legs for a bit. So
Don't worry about listen.
Ain't no damn Long Island excuse this time. Ain't no damn Long Island. Ain't nobody spiking your Long Islands or nothing. We getting in afterwards. We can go have a
listen.
Talk,
Listen.
talk, and keep that energy. Keep that energy.
I can't listen, because you're talking to a man that, see, my confidence is so high that every time I stepped into the ring for combat, I walked out a winner. Because when I fight, I'm trained.
Except when you're at the Long Island, right?
You're right. But I'm talking about like an actual fight, like an actual fight that counted on my record. Okay. But listen, bro, like you know how it is, bro. Like when you talk about training and practice, and you have bad days, bro. Like sometimes, like I gotta be honest, even though I probably did better in the majority of my sport, there was days I had bad days, bro. There were days I'm like, damn, what the fuck is up with me, right? And I come back and I beat the same people, no worse. But it's just, when you train with certain people all the time, sometimes you learn each other moves, and you know what I'm saying, you overthinking it. But when it came to actual fighting, bro, I took I can't be fucked with. Like I just had that mentality. Like I'm gonna call in a dude named Terry. Here's another short story. Right?
Okay.
I'm not gonna say his last name. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna say his first name because he my boy now. T.
Okay.
T was a little bit smaller than me, right? So check this out, right? I was just getting back to the gym, and I had my kid with me, and T was training for what is it called? Golden Gloves. Golden Gloves, right?
Okay. Oh, nice.
He was training for Golden Gloves, and he was telling a dude like Cody, he was like, man, bro, because Cody was telling him that I was good. He said, him? Bro, he ain't nothing, bro. Bro, he's bigger, man. He's this. I'll move around him. I'll box him out. I said, listen, bro. I said, it ain't going to be that sweet, bro. And he was like, bro. And my kid was like, bro, I be shot you, man. You don't want this. He started talking real shit to me, right? I said, you know what? I said, tomorrow I'm going to make sure I have a babysitter. I'm going to make sure. And I said, you make sure your ass is here tomorrow. And I said, we're going to, at that time I wasn't a trainer. I was still a fighter. I said, when Jimmy leave, me and you gonna get this work. He said, bet, show up, right? So I showed up. T was there. T was in the ring beating up on like 2 or 3 people. Every time we do a round, one of them, you gonna get ready? You gonna get ready? I said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And then as soon as Jimmy left, I suited up. I got in the ring. I said, come on. All right. He hops in the ring, right? Southpaw. A little bit taller than me, good speed. So we in there, right? And like, I'm a judge. I say, okay, left hook. Okay, right hook there. Left hook. He steps inside for a moment. It was like a radar went off. Lead right hand. Bow, right? Boom, right hand. It was a right hand, left hook, roll right, left to the body, overhand right. And by that point, he said, stop. Damn, bro. I know this. Damn, stop. I know that's serious. Fuck, bro. Trying to knock me out. Stop. And from that point on, yeah, bro, because when you come talking stupid and you want like I said, when it comes to seriousness, I like, okay. And then once he said that, I immediately went to working with him. I took it down from 100 to about like 30. Because in my eyes, he wasn't on my level. Now, don't get me wrong. See, I'm not going to mention none because, like, it's crazy. After that, we became cooler. Like, that's my boy now. We are cooler. We talk. We chat. That's my boy. Like, he's actually fighting in a league now, and he's undefeated. I'm not going to say where, but he's undefeated in his league. He's kicking ass. Like, but like I said, man, with that being said, whenever we grace that ring, trust me, if I say I'm going to step in it, you just know this. I'm going to be ready. And I will give you 100% until I realize that you can't take it. Now, if you can take it, hey, we're going to blast it out. 3 rounds, 3 minutes, whatever you want. 3 rounds, 6 rounds, whatever you want. Don't matter to me. My stamina's good enough.
8. We're going 8, Pimpin'. And keep that. I like that. Iron sharpens iron. I'm all about that. Keep that energy and everything. And let me say this, man, before I get off. I love the movement. I love what you're doing.
Thanks, bro.
Anytime I can get in and listen to a live fight analysis or breakdown, dude, I literally feel like I'm in the front row. Like, I love that. I'll just put my headphones in like I have them in now for my ride,
right.
whatever I'm doing, and I really feel like I'm just watching the fight. Sometimes even more so as if I was there. So, bro, I appreciate that. You got a really good following. 80, what's up to you? American Pastor Travels.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
I love how he represents and pushes you and keep doing what you're doing. You know I support you. You found for me. So.
Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate the verbal sport and also the conversation, man, bro. You know how we do it, man. It's anytime my line's open and you hear something you want to agree with or disagree with. And as always, call in, champ.
I promise. And next time we'll keep it short. I got you. Keep that energy though.
Hey,
that bad whooping, all right?
Listen, bro. I'm like energized. I keep going and going and going.
Okay.
And you that Dollar General.
Fall off that cliff, man. That's how you fall off the cliff. But all right.
You that Dollar General shit. You got one good spark once it start up. After that, everything slows down. Take them Dollar General batteries back.
First round. That's all I need. 1 round, Pimpin'. That's all I need.
Hey, now you asked for 8. Listen, bro. I'm telling you. I'm saying this right now. That before 8 rounds, you are going to either ask to tone it down or you ain't going 8 rounds. That's a fact. Because, Listen, I'm gonna give it to you. Iron do sharpen iron, and with verbal, we're iron sharpening iron. And boxing, I'm iron, you're wood. I'm breaking shit. Until the next time. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it, champ.
All right, then, fam. I get up with you.
You got it. Hey, guys, man, listen, bro. That was my good friend Ferg, man. I appreciate it. We talk. I hope you guys I know we, kind of got off a minute, man, but I don't get a chance to catch up with him like that. So to rap with him for a little bit, guys, I hope you guys like the convo. Hope you learn a little bit more about me. So letting you guys know that T-Dub was Blazing Sports. I'm a real person. I'm relatable. And I got some funny stories here and there throughout my time, man. But listen, until the next time, to all of you guys, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. If you miss any of this work, start from the beginning, like it, comment, share it. Until next time, here is What's Blazing in Sports. Back to you, Dan.